The markets are moving. I'm about to close my BTC short position right now, but I do not think the market turnaround is necessarily imminent, at least not long term. The situation in the Middle East is looking worse and worse by the day, unfortunately. Let me break it all down for you and give you some live trading right now because I'm ready, as I said, to exit this short position live on camera right now today. So here we are, markets, as you can see, coming down to support at 65,730, literally at the time of recording. Now, I am willing to get out of my BTC short position here because not only have we mean reverted, we've actually moved away from the high volume area and are now peeling back into the bottom of the range. So, come over here to the trading console. I could show you exactly what I'm doing. We're up $360 in the trade. Let me just check you can see that. Yes, you can. I have a buy order placed just a little bit lower here, down at 65,733. And there's kind of two options here. It's likely, as we're coming into support, that we potentially see a little bounce from here, or that we just slip through and liquidate more positions. But the thing is, given that this position size is small, given that I've ridden this trade all the way from 73k, right, and now it's 65.7, obviously not huge position size, I am willing to just close out of this trade now. Not because I don't think we're going to slip further, but because of a risk-reward perspective. So I'm just going to do something that I don't regularly do, but for the purpose of demonstration here, I'm just going to close out of that at market. The fees aren't going to be huge on this because it is a pretty small position, right? 0.05 BTC, closed at 65.7. That was opened at 73k. We're up $360 right now. Hit close, and there we go. We just banked $350 out of that. So bring up trade history here, and you can see there we go, $368.8. We paid $1.97 in fee. So yeah, that's why I'm not stressed about getting out of that at market. And that means for this whole trade idea, you can't see the last trade that I closed out of this in trade history here because it was too long ago now. But from that trade that we opened at 73k, we've taken about $1,000 out, right? 750 on the first round, a little over $1,000. Sorry, 750 on the first round and about 650 plus on this round, on this tranche. So pleased with that, happy about it. It's a good trade, small position sizing. Like I keep saying, the market is so volatile right now that I'm just not willing to expose myself to big risk on these plays. But we built this thesis, and the thesis was proven right, and we acted upon that thesis, and we got money out of it, right? What more do you want? That is trading to a T. And the thesis was essentially this whole time, right? People getting too excited too soon about bounces like this, and this, right? Most recently, this one here that started on the 23rd, which was de-escalation news about the war in the Middle East. People got too excited. People jumped in on leverage, and then people were proven wrong. Proven that what keeps getting proven time and time again, that their hands are weak. Leverage hands are weak, and sentiment is weak in this market, right? You can see the fear and greed index just swinging around massively lately. Let me just reload this for you. 22 now, right? We were at 35 a few days ago. Just swinging massively on relatively small price movements, but relatively large geopolitical movements. It's just such a bad time for the markets in terms of uncertainty, etc. But what we also see is every time you get a green candle like this, everyone gets overexcited too soon, jumps in on long leverage. They either don't know what they're doing or they're just trading recklessly. Who knows? The result is the same. And when the prices come down just a little bit, they get liquidated, which means the exchange literally forces the selling of those positions onto the market, dumping supply onto the market, and prices just tumble down as that happens. And you can see over the last 24 hours, $470 million worth of long positions liquidated. $350 million of those were in the last 12 hours, and $260 million were in the last 4 hours. We're approaching, $71 million in the last hour, nearly $100 million worth of positions liquidated within the last hour. Now, fair enough. Okay, those wouldn't likely all have been positions that joined the market during this pump and during this pump, but my point remains the same. On a medium-term basis, right, people are just too enthusiastic about this. Yes, there's a narrative going around that Bitcoin is holding up surprisingly well given the geopolitical situation, the uncertainty, inflation, rising oil prices, etc., which is true to a degree, but I would say it's true on the monthly to yearly time horizon, right? Yes, it's great that we haven't just completely plummeted yet, but that is absolutely not the same thing as believing or meaning that we're about to shoot for the moon within the next week, right? Those two things could be true at the same time. No, we're not going to the moon tomorrow, in all likelihood. Yes, Bitcoin is holding up surprisingly well. It still means that these short-term pumps that people join in like blind sheep, blind hopeful sheep, bless them, they jump on these trends with leverage, with a short-term mindset, and then get absolutely smoked on that, because that same short-term mindset means they have no resilience in those positions. And oftentimes they're just getting liquidated, which means they are literally forced out of those positions. So, what precipitated this last little bit of selling off, okay? And just one more thing, right? From a technical perspective-ish. Initially, the goal of this trade was to trade a mean reversion from highs, right, up here, down to the middle of the range, right, the mean. And what I'm specifically meaning by that is the area of highest volume on the fixed range volume profile drawn in from the start of this move to right where we are now, or where we were when we got into this position. And that meant anywhere between 69,000 and 67,000, okay? And you can see that drawn in on the chart here, right? It's the thick bit of the volume profile. It's where the most amount of volume has been transacted within this fixed time frame. We got that result, and in fact, we actually started pulling away even further than the mean reversion towards, starting to get towards the point where we're challenging the bottom of the range, right? i.e. these key lows here at 65.7, where we just exited. There's more lows further down. If this position was bigger nominally, I would be looking to keep a little bit in, just based on pending exactly what happens here. But yeah, that's my point, right? We're moving towards the bottom of this range, and it makes sense to de-risk this position, start getting out of this position now. Now, that's not to say that we couldn't just smoke lows and keep going lower. Absolutely possible. But for the purpose of risk management, for the purpose of acting out the thesis that I had in that trade, with the risk tolerance that I have for that trade, part of that is the position sizing, part of it is where we're getting in and where we're getting out. It makes perfect sense to start getting out around these lows, right? That's sticking to the plan. So, where do we go from here, and what's just happened? Well, what we are likely to see now, I believe, is the opposite of the effect that I just explained, right? Not just because we're nearing the bottom of the range, and like I say, could be proven wrong on this pretty rapidly. Like, ultimately, I don't believe this bear phase of the market is over. But when you see Bitcoin down, right, 8%, 8.4% since Wednesday, yeah, typically, like, just look how fast that move has happened, and look what usually happens when we move down that fast. Tend to get a little bit of a bounce from there. So, short term, again, high risk plays, because I don't think this is the end of the bear cycle, the bear phase, sorry. I am going to look to start positioning myself long now with very tight risk management, because ultimately, I think if these lows start going, then we're in a situation where we can take another leg down. The geopolitical situation is looking bad, okay? And that is what has really thrown, added fuel to the flames of what's happening here with the liquidation situation, right? So look at this. Trump delays attacks on the Iranian energy sector by 10 days. US President Donald Trump says he will further delay attacks on Iran's energy infrastructure by 10 days until April the 6th, as he continues to claim talks with Iran on a peace deal are going very well. But there is so much dissonance right now, particularly with that story. And this goes back to what I said the other day about the boy who cried wolf situation, right? Iran-US latest, reported here by The Independent, Iran declares the Strait of Hormuz closed and warns ships will face harsh measures. 3 container ships of mixed nationalities were forced to turn back after warnings. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has announced that the Strait of Hormuz is closed and any transit through the waterway will face harsh measures. That caused oil prices to skyrocket. That is causing risk assets to sell off. Look at the S&P down at 6,418. We've broken support and we are facing a bit of a correction here, folks. Look at that, right? Just within context, I mean, from highs. Remember, the S&P always goes up and to the right, but from highs down 8.4%. We've got Larry Fink saying the result from this is essentially binary. Larry Fink says the Iran war ends in one of two extremes: abundance growth and oil at $40 a barrel, or global recession and years of oil at $150. This is coming from Larry Fink of BlackRock, everyone. And there we go. Today the Dow falls 400 points, briefly enters correction territory as Trump's Iran extension fails to soothe the markets. Yes, we're not attacking energy for another 10 days, but there are all these escalation measures in place, troops on their way to Iran. Trump not saying whether or not they're actually going to be deployed, but also saying that he wouldn't tell you if they were. I'm paraphrasing. And the Strait of Hormuz remains closed. So oil prices continue to go up. Inflation continues to go up because the price of production is going up. This leads down the road to tightening monetary policy, and it leads right now and down the road to less liquidity in the markets, less liquidity in risk assets. It's not a good time to be a bull in the markets. Yes, Bitcoin is holding up surprisingly well, but like I've said, that doesn't mean that we're going to the moon tomorrow, everyone. But I do think there is opportunity here, given how fast we've come down, given how fickle the market has proven itself to be still, given how there's now been a complete flip in the liquidation risk in the market. Okay, on the daily time frame, $3 billion, fine, $2.73 billion worth of cumulative shorts in the market versus about $750 million cumulative long. Read this as everyone is short right now, and everyone, being the majority of people, tend to be wrong. You can see this on the 30-day time horizon too, right? $10 billion worth. Well, let's make this fair. 58. Right. You see my point, okay? The green side of the chart is a lot bigger and a lot thicker than the red side of the chart is. This means that there's more shorts in the markets than there are longs right now. Sentiment is down. I don't think a correction would be unlikely. With the caveat that risky territory for the S&P. We know there's a correlation there. We've broken supports. Are we entering free fall in the S&P? Are we going to see continued escalation in the Middle East, continued escalation in oil prices? Will the Strait of Hormuz remain shut? Yes, we've got to take all those things into account. But at least for a short-term play, it's very unlikely we just teleport to $60 Bitcoin right now. Possible, entirely possible. Less likely we teleport right the way down to 50k. So the plan from here, everyone, is, as always, accumulate more spot Bitcoin. I'm also going to start looking to position myself into a long position, managing risk at all of these lows, right? But also looking to build into that position over time. So right now I have an order open for 0.1 BTC down here at $65,170, 20x leverage. I will also be looking to bid these lows depending on how we break this low here. That's the simplest way I can define this plan. And by this low here, I mean 65,624. So far it has been defended. If it gets defended successfully, then I'm going to read that as this is a very, very weak level, and it's likely if we come down and break it, we'll break it hard again, because if we bounce from here, you know people are going to get leveraged long. You know that's going to be their go, no-go zone, right? Their stop loss. And if we come down, we know that they're weak and they're going to get stopped out. Weak, they're going to decide to get out themselves. Stopped out, they're going to get stopped out, and supply will be dumped on the market and we'll break that level like glass, in which case we're aiming at these. If we come down through this quite heavy now, right, I'm getting filled about here, and then I'm going to monitor what happens at this low here at 65,000. Again, if we break that quickly, I'm looking to scoop up more down here, looking for the wick. And again, ultimately, however I scale into this position, we're looking for the mean reversion to the middle of the range, to the middle of the volume profile, and really not looking or expecting much more than that. And remember, this is this is high risk trading with a small amount of capital, and the purpose of this is just to build up cash reserves so that I can deploy it into the market getting long, right? To deploy it into my spot bags in the market. So that's the plan for right now. Quick review, we closed out $350 live on this video, 364.8 to be exact, with about $2 worth of fees. I'm now looking to get long, but the situation isn't looking great. I'm looking to get long to take advantage of people basically getting the same way people get over enthusiastic about the positive effect, which led us to get here, I'm looking for people to get overly negative about this and potentially start getting liquidated. When shorts get liquidated, that forces the exchanges to buy onto the markets, meaning supply is taken off the markets and prices come up quickly. But please listen to what I'm saying here. This doesn't mean I think the markets are turning around right now. In fact, to the contrary, I think we see lower prices before we see higher prices on the longer time horizon. But as always, absolutely nothing I say should be considered financial advice. I do hope you found that interesting. I do hope you found that entertaining. But remember, it is purely my opinion shared just for entertainment purposes. Thank you so much for watching. Plenty more to come. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.